5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Heyo, welcome back to Drunken Nerds, number 59. My name over here is Dan. Over there is the Schubert.
What's up, nerds? We are back for another week. We survived Easter. I did anyway. I don't know about Dan, but
yeah, barely got through it though. I know that Easter is a tough day with kids.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
It's
not nothing. It's like a fake holiday at these
right.
days.
You got to explain to them, and I had to wake up at like 4 a.m. to hide Easter eggs outside. Get the baskets ready because you can't. It's not like Christmas where you can wrap everything, put it in a closet, and just put it out. You can't like put the eggs out ahead of time, and you can't do it in the middle of the night.
You do it in the middle of the night. Go out there with the flashlight.
Yeah, so you got to do it like right when the sun's coming up.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work, and then of course like it's revolved around candy, so they're all sugared up all day long. I don't know, not a big Easter fan when it comes to that, but
it seems like it's slipped down the hill a little bit since we were kids. When we were kids, it seemed like it was a major holiday.
Major. I remember getting like the big boy like I used to get like a pool, pool one year, and it's crazy.
These days, Jesus has fallen down in the rankings.
I know, really.
Nobody cares about Jesus anymore. Well, I mean, wait, I guess Christmas is about Jesus still too, but
it is.
Well, I guess we don't need two holidays for Jesus. He only gets one now.
He only gets one. It's too much. The Easter Bunny thing is getting out of hand. So I don't know. I mean, it should be maybe Easter bat. I don't know who came up with the hiding the eggs thing. That's the thing that upsets me.
It's got to go back to the pagans. There's got to be some sort of like those, the same people that like the Christmas tree. It's got to be the same thing.
Yeah, they came with just like we have to hide eggs all the time.
I think so.
Ugh, it's the worst part. And what do you put in the eggs? Like I got
cold hard cash.
That's what I did. I did a dollar bill in every single one. So I don't know what else to do. Go with candy in it.
Yeah, put some Hershey Kisses. I don't know.
Yeah, you get that. The kids they'll eat them every single time they find them. And next thing you know, you're not sleeping for 5 days.
You're not going to church these days either. So I think that's the whole thing. You can force them to go to. I think that's what they probably did back in the day. Like, mom would go bring the people to church, and dad would stay at home and hide the eggs. Now you got to do it in the middle of the night.
That would be the smart idea. I know we were supposed to go to church, but it's impossible to get two kids to church. It's literally impossible. I don't know how people do it unless they just take them and they just suffer the screaming and dealing with it the whole time.
Here's an iPad.
I don't know. It's too much. Exactly. Everything's digital now. You can probably find a church online.
The Wi-Fi password is Jesus.
Yeah. So that was it. It was an intense day. But where are you? It seems like you're like in a lot of lights back there.
Yeah, that's I don't know what that's. So I only got a couple days left in this hellhole.
So I was to say, it doesn't look like Cinderella's castle behind you.
The smile will be back come next week.
Back to Florida?
And for just a quick trip, but back to Florida for a couple days.
I feel like your work needs to give you like at least every other week, like at least a couple days to like reset yourself in Florida.
Yeah, it's like I reached the month point and I find myself like sweating. Like I need to be back in Florida.
Yeah.
And I think, what am I? I'm only 3 weeks removed from Florida, but that was a quick trip. Didn't really count. So,
but it's about that 2 week mark. You can start to see it from you.
Yeah, I start to lose my shine,
Yeah.
But yeah, next week, if all goes according to plan, a couple of days in Florida, a little bit of the weekend. I tried to book a Disney weekend, but my hotel, the Swan, fully booked. Can't do it. So I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah. I wonder why. I mean, I know this week is kids' vacation week, or next week is.
It seems like it's every damn week is vacation week. Or is it just the weeks I try to go?
You gotta get to May. I think May is like a safer one because all the young kids have to be in school and all the older kids are like starting to graduate. So I think the first 2 weeks of May might be like,
and then just nobody's sick enough to go in the summer.
Right. They're definitely sick. There are sick people, but definitely easier way to get it over there in the summer.
Yeah, it seems like I don't know when the last time I've been that it hasn't been chaos over there. So
Yeah,
we'll see. I might skip it. Might wait one more trip.
okay. I know it's too long for you. That's it.
Yeah, if I don't get there this weekend, there's not going to be a good Orlando trip in the foreseeable future. So things could start to get ugly. Go downhill real quick.
All right, let's get to the TV roundup. I know you've been getting yourself into some stuff. So
yeah, we're started.
Let's do it.
Let's cowboy around.
TV.
All right. So as always, Schubert, I'll let you go first. What have you been watching this past week?
Well, let's get it over with. What we've all been waiting for. Moon Knight episode 4.
Yes, we've talked this up for about 5 weeks now.
About 5-6 weeks, they've been talking this one up. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say it lived up to the hype. It was good. But, Moon Knight wasn't even in it. So,
well, maybe that's what they were hyping. An episode, a little break with him.
Moon Knight has gotten like 1.5 minutes screen time total so far.
Yeah.
So, no Moon Knight. It's all just a people episode. I get why they're saying it's a great episode, but it just sort of missed the mark for me. I like this show when it's action packed. This one was an Indiana Jones type episode, about 85% of the episode.
Okay.
Then the last 15 minutes, it's clear this is the part they were talking about. It's sort of just like The Lost or I had another show in mind that it's Doctor Who. It's just like a total mind fuck at the end. But I think it was it Loki or Scarlet Witch that we talked about was just like blatantly ripping off Doctor Who.
I think it was Scarlet Witch.
Okay, I think that's what it was too.
Yeah.
So whoever it is, I don't know if it's Kevin Feige or somebody involved, but the end of this episode, and this all goes back to the comic book, so it's not like it's a blatant ripoff, but when you translate it to a TV show, maybe that's why it just comes across as it. It's basically the silence in the library.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to get too spoilery yet. We'll let people have a little bit of time with it. Yourself have a little bit of time with it.
I know. I need to watch it. Do you feel this changed the course of the show, though? I remember with the hell's the first series that Disney did.
Yeah, Wanda.
Yeah, Wanda, where it completely, I think it was episode 4, where the whole episode just changed. The whole season changed. Is this kind of the feeling to that, or no?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I was going to say. I think this one, like I've already said it before, feels like something that should be binged, not episodic.
Yeah.
I am absolutely sort of regretting watching it week to week. I think I would have got a ton more enjoyment out of it watching it either in, 2 parts, 3 parts, or 1 part, just straight through.
Okay. I'll let you know because I'll binge the whole thing.
Yeah. And week to week is not working for me, but
yeah,
I feel like if, like I've said this, I can't say it enough. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like this should have been a binge or split. Right. But like where it's headed, it's sort of one of those things where they've been like coy about I don't know what the right word is for the trick of the show, like his split personalities. But this episode kind of, it's got to where like he's learned how to use his superpowers or whatever.
Okay.
So I think I got high hopes for the next 2 episodes.
All right. Well, let's hope so. We only got a couple left to finish this thing up.
The last thing they touched, they're more Black Panther stuff. So like I said, this is definitely going to be connected to Black Panther.
Yeah.
And maybe even Thor, which we'll talk about when we get to the trailer, maybe.
Right. Yeah. All right. So Moon Knight, obviously everybody's watching that. I'll get to that eventually. You had a couple other things that you got into as well.
Uh-oh. So, a couple hours I've been waiting for a long time.
that was a scary freeze right there.
I was frozen.
Jesus.
But a couple I've been waiting for a long time. Russian Doll Season 2 premiered on Netflix.
Mhm.
It's been 3 years. One of these shows that I loved the first season. I expected it to be a one and done. And 3 years later, we're getting a second season. I couldn't remember hardly anything that happened the first. They do a pretty good recap, so that was helpful. But they released it all at once. The whole season's available in Netflix style.
Yep. Did you watch it?
No, so I've got one episode in.
Okay.
Quickly, like I like it. The first season was good. No reason to think the second won't be good.
I've never heard of it until you mentioned it a ways back on the podcast, and I meant to look it up that day, but I never did.
It's pretty cool. The first season, the quick way to describe it is sort of like it's sort of like Groundhog Day.
Mm-hmm.
Like sort of like Groundhog Day, but instead of like just falling asleep at the end of the night and waking up, the person dies every time.
Okay.
So they start over and then they figure it out. Season 2, they've changed it a little bit. It's closer to like almost like Midnight in Paris. It's like a time travel like thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes. I'm excited for it. That'll probably crank out pretty quick sometime this week, next week.
Okay. So Russian Doll on Netflix.
Yeah. And then I got to Outer Range.
Oh, yeah. Man, it keeps popping up for me. I need to watch it. What'd you think of it?
I was in a big hurry to watch it, but then I realized they are doing the slow one a week release.
Oh, they are Amazon Prime. Okay, well, I guess they've done that with a few recent few series. So
yeah, so no hurry on this one. I believe right now 2 episodes are out. I watched the first. Pretty good. The first 15, maybe 20 minutes, a little slow. It's one of those shows that kind of just jumps right in and doesn't really introduce the characters. It kind of just like lets it play.
Mm-hmm.
Big time Yellowstone vibes. Big time, like no doubt Yellowstone vibes, but definitely a supernatural element. I don't really know where that's headed, but so far so good. I liked episode 1. Big hopes for it after the first episode.
All right, yeah, that looks like a good one. I want to check that out as well.
It's got Josh Brolin, and he's one of those actors that doesn't seem to do crap.
Right.
Everything he does is pretty good. So it feels like you don't have to worry too much about that one.
All right, so Outer Rim, Amazon Prime, you're all over the place when it comes to these streaming services. All three for three over there.
I'm going down the list. Which I don't know what you have, but I got a question for you about the 4th one, Apple TV, in a couple minutes. I'll listen to you first.
Oh boy, no, I don't have much. The only thing I think I mentioned it last week was Outlander again, and I'm officially 100% done with it now.
All right,
I was on the fringe of I'll give it a shot. I think last time we talked, that was episode 2, but. I mean, I mentioned I was watching it with my wife. I told her there are much easier and quicker ways to watch porn than sit through 6 seasons of this episode. Just go on the internet and just type in what you want to see. That's all it is. It's basically a porno, but it's like one of those ways that, like, you're not saying that you watch porn. It's like it's like, oh, I watch Outlander. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Like if anybody has seen Outlander, they don't know what you're talking about.
Like the people reading 50 Shades of Grey.
It's exactly what it is. Yeah. So it's like a secret way to say you want to watch it, but it's like a code word. A code word for just going on Pornhub.com.
All right.
So and the thing is, like, the girl isn't even like it's just weird. It takes place like way back. So heebie-jeebie. Like, these people don't shower. They're just out in the woods and they're going to war all day long, and then they got to show scenes like that in the dirt. Ugh, too much for me. So I'm out. I'm out. I made it to 3 episodes, officially done. I do not know how people watch 6 seasons of it.
Well, maybe it gets hotter. Who knows?
Well, I heard season 2, from what I heard from people,
full frontal,
is even more intense. I don't know how it can get more intense, but I need to find a new show. So what is it? Outer Banks? Outer Rim? What the heck is Outer something?
Outer Ranch.
Outer Ranch. I'm going to get into that. I need to get caught up on Halo.
There you go.
I got to watch Moon Knight. So.
The one I was going to ask you about was, which it seems to be all the rage out of it all of a sudden, is Severance.
Yeah, that keeps getting pulled up for me for Apple TV, and I keep wanting to watch that. I have not pulled the trigger yet.
I was completely out on it at first because it just sounded like one of these shows that is like really smart and people just talk about and say it's good because they want to sound smart.
Yeah.
You know, like what's that damn show? Succession.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a show couldn't sound worse for me than that
Right.
show. And maybe it's just that the name sounded alike that I, clumped them together.
Yeah.
But it actually, I've read a description and it actually sounds kind of neat. It's a little sci-fi element in it. So
Yeah. I need to watch it because the guy who recommended The Righteous Gemstones to me swears by this show. So
he doesn't
I
watch
think I need to.
he doesn't watch Succession, does he?
I never heard him mention Succession.
Yeah, that's an asshole show. I'm calling it right now. If you watch Succession, chances are you're an asshole.
Yeah, I have not watched that one either. So Apple TV will get another chance here to see what they can come up with.
And then just one other quick hit. I don't know if you saw this, but today it came out. The rumor is Stranger Things season 4 to make.
They're what?
That Stranger Things cost $30 million an episode to make for the episode for the
Wow.
coming season. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, they're probably trying to de-age the kids because when it's the last time it came out, they can't make them look like they all of a sudden moved up like 5 years each.
What are they doing? For $30 million? You could. Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
You could make
no
like
way.
6 episodes of Game of Thrones.
It'd be interesting to see what they spent on each episode for season 3. Like, how big of a boost
Right.
is it going to be?
Is everybody just getting $2 million an episode?
It's got to be a lot. But who gets the most? I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like they have. I mean, they do. I mean, I guess some big stars, but not massive stars that can probably dictate that type of cost.
No.
And what else are they going to get as a kid?
Right. Let's see you later.
Huh, interesting. I did not know that.
So
All right,
crazy,
well,
crazy
they better
little
not
known
mess this
fact. No, but meanwhile, Netflix cancels every other show.
Right, well, they were probably trying to pay for this now.
Exactly.
probably
Now
in
it all
trouble
makes
that-
sense. Yeah.
We were going to talk
I don't-
about the
I
Netflix
don't-
going downhill, but
I don't think it was the losing subscribers that sunk the stock price. I think it was they spent $500 million to make season 4 of Stranger Things.
right, and that's when they had to be like, we need to start charging these people that have shared accounts. Like, we need to find ways to pay for this friggin' 6 whatever episode show that's coming out. Wow, that's a lot of money to put into one show. It's their only hope, though. At this point, what else do they really have going for them?
That's it. I think that's the last man standing.
Yeah, I mean, they fired a bunch of people. Their stock prices are like plummeting.
Elon's talking shit.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good for them. So we'll see. Maybe this will get people to buy in once it finally comes out. But yeah, Netflix, your enemy, might finally go down.
Yeah, see you later, buddy.
Here goes one. Peacock will be next.
Yeah, Peacock, we're after you. You're next on the list. I'm gonna be like the girl in Game of Thrones, Arya, crossing out the people on my list. Netflix and Peacock, you're at the top.
See you later. Yep. Well, interesting. Okay. So, last hope. Stranger Things. All right, let's get into this week's hangover since we already talked about Netflix. We'll get into more stuff here.
This week's hangover.
All right. So, I think we should get into the biggest thing first.
Uh-oh.
I mean, they're all small things here, but the biggest thing is the Thor trailer.
Yes.
So, Love and Thunder
Yes,
came
yes,
out.
Yes.
It was a fairly long trailer that gave away a lot.
I'll give that. It's not typical for a first trailer.
Yeah, no, not at all. This seemed to give a lot of different angles on where they're going, the villain, what they're looking, everything. So, what did
Natalie
you think
Portman
about
was
it?
in it. Oh, it was great. There's nothing to complain about.
Yeah. I mean, there were so many things that I was seeing, and I don't know. I couldn't remember a lot of it, but then I rewatched. I think I watched the trailer like 3 or 4 times, and every single time you pick up on a new thing, where there's gonna be a lot that goes in on this one.
Yeah, I think this was really sneaky because one thing I didn't realize was how quick it was coming out. It's coming out basically 4th of July weekend.
Right.
And Doctor Strange is coming out in a couple weeks. So really you only have two months turnaround time in between the two of them. I think they were they were keeping us satisfied with Doctor Strange. They're like, well, they're going to forget about Thor and then we can just slide it in and everybody will be super excited to go see it.
Yeah. Yeah. So what did you think about it? Anything that really stuck out to you in that trailer?
Oh, man, there was so much in there. The Guardians. It seems like they're not going to be in it very much, which basically was to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm guessing they're probably in the first like 15 minutes of the movie or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, I mean, from what he says, basically it seems like they're going to guide him to go basically save Asgard, new Asgard.
Figure it out.
Yeah. Obviously the planting of Stormbreaker was interesting. I had to rewind that a couple times where he's planting Groot's arm. So I don't know what kind of effect that's going to have on this. Because didn't Vin Diesel mention something a while ago about because somebody asked him about Groot, and he said something about, what was it, like a super Groot or alpha Groot or something. He did some sort of line hinting at some sort of like super Groot is going to be coming in at some point.
Well, so that would make a ton of sense. Like, I'm not too familiar with it, but I'm minorly familiar with it. But like in the whole Norse mythology thing, like their whole system, like the tree is like this massive tree is at the center of their whole mythology. And a lot of it has to do with like regrowing after Ragnarok, and Ragnarok being the third movie, of course. So it's quite the possibility. And I wouldn't be surprised at all. And people would lose their goddamn minds.
Well, they have to, because why else would he be planting it? I mean, so I mean, it makes sense. They're planting Groot's arm.
I don't know.
No, but still, no. It's going to be more to this. It's going to be like some sort of crazy Groot. But another thing that came out, obviously Jane Foster at the end. Now, what was up with her? She had cancer?
So in the comics, she had cancer.
Yeah.
And like when she had cancer, somehow became worthy of the hammer.
Okay. So she's...
it'll be interesting to see how they do this, because even in the comics, Thor is like a little different. Like Thor is more of a title, whereas like in the movies, that's Thor. That's his name.
Yeah.
So like, why are they going around calling her Thor? Like, so there's probably going to be some sort of like joke to it or something.
Right.
And but I've had this whole theory about this the whole time, basically since WandaVision, or they showed a little bit the girl Monica Rambeau from Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
They made it pretty clear that she died from cancer as well.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking there's gonna be something going along the lines of like long exposure to the stones gives some sort of cancer, and that's probably how they're going to explain Jane getting cancer.
Yeah.
And whether it turns into more, but I think there's something there.
Okay. Well, either way.
Really quick, the other interesting thing, like I said, tying it back to Moon Knight, they showed Russell Crowe first glance.
Yeah.
And he's playing Zeus.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how they work gods, like actual gods, into that. And that's sort of one of the big questions with Moon Knight is right now, like the way the MCU has explained Thor is that they're basically aliens that are just like called gods.
Mm-hmm.
Where the Moon Knight, we're wondering, is this like sort of the same thing? Are these just aliens or different dimensional or species or whatever, and they just call them gods? Or are they actually gods?
Yeah.
And this is like Zeus. He's a different kind of god than Thor. So
yeah,
well, it'll be interesting to see there.
Yeah, this will be good. And did they confirm, is Gore actually the villain? I think that's pretty much.
Yeah, I'm glad
but
you reminded that, because it's confirmed he's 100% a villain. But it seems.
Nope, he's got his crazy eyes going here.
Oh, I'm back. That was weird. I'm like flashing in and out.
There you go.
Yeah, Marvel seems to be doing some like trickery with their villains, where they advertise one villain and then it's like a different villain.
Yeah, I just think with all the gods, especially Zeus showing up and everything, and it seems like it has to be Gore.
Sure, no, it's Gore's definitely the primary. Yeah, because it's clearly based on this story arc. One of the shots in the trailer is like a photo to photo direct.
Oh yeah, okay.
So, but the interesting thing about Gore is the comic book version, all his powers and backstory, it's all related to like Venom and the symbiote.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have to really either embrace that and kind of slip it under the radar, or just ignore it completely and have some sort of different backstory.
Yeah, I don't know.
Going as far to his powers are from like the symbiote god.
Yeah. Well, when you said Venom, the only thing that I actually saw on Twitter about it was some guy who showed like an up close picture of what looked to be like Venom behind Jane Foster at the end.
Yeah. So
I mean, how can they bring Venom in though? I thought he didn't even Spider-Man have to like a Sony collaboration, like announce it or something of some sort. So how can they add Venom to it?
All sorts of weird stuff, but Venom is in that was the post credit of Spider-Man, obviously.
Yeah.
So he clearly Venom somehow has the ability to jump multiverses.
Okay.
So maybe Doctor Strange will touch on that, or maybe who knows. But I at this juncture, I'd wager that this would be too hard to do without Venom.
Yeah. Okay. So. Well, it seems like it from all the theories I saw on Twitter. It seems like they're definitely saying Venom was not only in the trailer, but basically he's going to be part of this. So tie it all in.
Yeah, it's not actually Venom himself. It's more to do with symbiotes.
Yeah,
and Venom is a symbiote, so
right.
It would be more like you would get a different symbiote than Venom, but it would sort of just like explain why Venom is Venom.
Right. Okay, fair enough. But there's a lot in that trailer.
Yeah, well, way too. We could probably do a full hour unpacking.
Yeah, it's insane.
I just watched it a couple times. I didn't dig too deep, but
no, I watched it I think 5 times, and then there was a few things that stuck out to me, and then I saw a couple things on Twitter that people pointed out. Outside of that, though, there's a lot. And I saw that Thor's actual son is at the beginning of it. I didn't know that.
Wow. But the real cool part is we're gonna have no turnaround. Moon Knight finishes, we get Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange finishes, we get Miss Marvel series.
Mm-hmm.
So, real busy next 2 months for the MCU.
Which is good, because I felt like he had a lull for a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of the COVID related, then everything came to a halt, so we had nothing. But I think we're going pretty strong here on out through the summer.
All right, fair enough. Well, let's get to some small things. Nothing else big. It's probably the biggest thing of the week. But so Call of Duty Warzone, which obviously is competing with Fortnite, announced that they're doing a crossover with Godzilla and King Kong. I mean, I don't know if you play Warzone at all, or Fortnite, or any of them. But it's just a quick thing to get people to play it. You know, something fun to crossovers. Fortnite does it all the time. I think Fortnite just announced that they're doing a crossover with like the Wu-Tang Clans coming on.
Yeah,
so like literally
Moon Knight just got added.
Yeah, to Fortnite.
Yeah. But
I
saw this announcement and I thought it was really cool and I was really interested. Not nearly interested enough to pick up Call of Duty because I would last about 10 minutes playing that game. I watched the trailer. I was really impressed. Then I read a little bit more, and it basically seems like it's just going to be a background.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's all these games are. This isn't like Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Godzilla.
Yeah, no.
That would be pretty cool.
This is what they do in those like survive whatever last man standing type of games, like Warzone. They just do some fun stuff to keep people engaged. That's why Fortnite has all the people.
Like so, you'll like be playing and like a tail will hit your area or something.
Right. Yeah. To mess you up.
You're not like you and 50 buddies online taking out Godzilla.
No.
That would be something I'd be into.
It's just one of those things like they'll do like a one-off. Like they'll do it for like 3 straight days or whatever. And this is when you can do like this special type of game to get people on. But I'm not even excited for it. I don't even get excited anymore for Fortnite when they announce these things because it's just this. Okay, they'll jump on there and they'll be part of the game for a minute and that's it.
No, I would much rather see like you and 100 people online. You got to take down Godzilla. Like you're just shooting him, and then the guy next to you gets like grabbed and eaten or something. Like,
so you're thinking of basically like a Pokemon raid. In your
basically
book.
A Pokemon raid, but like with guns and shit.
It would make sense. That would be fun. I'm not into the whole. I don't even know if they call that Fortnite style, Warzone style type of game. But anyway, something is exciting, and you sent this. I couldn't believe it, and when I read this article, it made me sick to my stomach. So apparently there's a Guinness Book of World Records on how many times you can watch a singular movie in a theater. And it was just surpassed by a man who watched Spider-Man No Way Home. Was it I have it here. 292 times.
Man,
292 times.
This guy needs to be institutionalized.
Yes.
So this is, and mind you, is second time breaking this record.
Yep. First time was Avengers Endgame.
Wow. Which was longer. But he didn't watch it as many times. But then
it was like 190 times.
But
and then it got beat by another guy 204 times who watched, I think I have it here, Camelot.
Camelot,
yeah.
What the hell? Oh, this was like a Japanese movie or something.
Yeah, 204 times. So he decided he needed to beat that guy's record in honor of his dead grandmother. So he decided to watch Spider-Man 200.
Because that's what you'd like you to do. Sit in a theater for the better part of 4 months.
4 months. And he said he watched it 5 times a day, which came to 12 hours a day.
I did the rough math. It was about 12 hours a day for about 4 straight months.
And I mentioned to you before, but did you read the rules on how to get the Guinness Book World Record?
No, you said this because that was going to be the first thing I'd ask. Like, does this guy have to just basically like post up? Like, can he bring a laptop and get some work done and Spider-Man's just playing in the background? Apparently not.
Nope. You can't touch your phone and you cannot go to the bathroom.
What about in between the movie?
We'll pull it. Yeah, after the movie you can go, but during
the
movie, so that means you can't be drinking beer. There's no way going through a whole 3 hour. No. You have to watch the pre. Well,
what if you brought like a bucket or something? Well, you don't have the theater to yourself, I guess, huh?
I can't imagine. I guess there'd be probably many times he was by himself. The amount of times he watched it, but still.
Well, now I have so many questions. Like, at what point would you be utterly sick of that movie? Probably like 4 times, right?
I would say about 4. Yeah,
I wouldn't get through day 1. I don't think.
Right.
So what I'm saying, you throw me in the brig. Solitary confinement, I think, would be better.
Can you imagine? So apparently, you can't go to the bathroom or anything.
No.
I don't know how they prove that whatsoever, because apparently you just need to collect your ticket stubs. But can you imagine if you went through like 150 times, and then one time you went to the bathroom, you just wanted to sneak out and grab it. And that's the one time the attendant was like, "Oh, I saw him leave on number 150-52."
You know, if there's not videotape of him watching every minute of this, I don't buy it. There's no way this guy, 12 hours a day. I mean, you'd have a better time sitting on a stool in a field.
Yeah.
Than you would with a movie you've seen 200 times going on in the background.
Yeah, right. And there's no way he watched it, because at that point, it would make you pass out because you'd seen something, you'd be so bored with it.
I'm pretty sure that's probably against the Geneva Convention. I don't think you could do that to terrorists.
No, I don't think so. It
seems and this guy's done it 2 times. 2 times, 2 different movies.
2 different movies.
Now, if you had to put a gun to your head, what movie would you pick?
Oh God, I don't know if I would go serious or funny, or
right. I think you'd have to go funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've watched Beer Fest like countless times in a row. One time, I mean, I could go down that route.
I can watch an episode of The Office and still laugh out loud.
Yeah.
I know I've seen episodes in the 20+ range.
Right.
And I'll still laugh at stuff.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Well, Spider-Man wasn't even that good.
No. Oh, that seems like torture.
And I'm telling you, they couldn't do that at Guantanamo Bay.
No.
At Guantanamo Bay, that would go on for 2 days and then shut that shit down.
You got to think, too, if he's in a theater for 12 hours, I mean, what time was his first showing?
You're right. So he's at 10 o'clock in the morning, and he's there till 10 o'clock at night.
So his last showing is probably like 7.
Then he goes to bed and sleeps. and wakes up and does the same thing for 4 straight months. I'm telling you, there's no way this happened. No way this happened. The more I talk it out, the more I'm saying there's no way this happened.
No, and how does he eat? Because if he's doing the 5 showings a day, he's probably got like 20 minutes in between shows. So he's just eating popcorn the whole day? He's getting DoorDash. Oh my God.
I'm telling you, there's no way this happened. I need to see. There needs to be a video recording of him 270 hours of him in a theater. I'm telling you, he's taking naps. He's working on a laptop. There's no way he's just sitting there.
You're right. I'm not believing just the ticket stubs in this movie.
No, I could go. I could go. Yeah, no, screw this guy. I already hate him. If this guy can handle that kind of mental anguish, like, I don't know. We should give him either institutionalize him or he should be in charge of something.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody has that type of attention span and patience. There's no way.
No.
So,
I'm telling you, give me a stool in the middle of a field. At least I'd see a squirrel once every couple of hours.
All right, it could be a little different every time. You wonder if he.
I'd rather watch the screensaver on my computer for 12 hours than have to watch the same movie for the 200th time.
Oh my goodness, complete torture.
Would you say the most you've seen a movie? It's probably in like the 30s.
In theaters or this?
No, like just in general. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you count kids' movies, I'm over 30.
Yeah.
So we watch the same movie every single day. But yeah, I remember I used to watch Rat Race like constantly and Beer Fest. Old School. I used to watch like those comedies back then a lot. I'm telling
you, I wouldn't want to run into this guy.
No, I don't think I would either. It's not right, and he's proud of it.
Yeah,
he's proud of doing nothing for his life.
What does he do for work? I bet he can't work. Afford to go to the movies.
There's no way he can work. It's impossible. You can't work if you've done this twice. There's no way.
So I don't know what this guy's doing. Did Grandma leave the tickets in her will or something?
Oh my God. See, this is for you, Grandma, being a complete loser my entire life. Obviously, he doesn't have a family or a girlfriend of any sort. Oh, my God.
Yeah, man. I think we found a new way to get the secrets out of the terrorists. We're going to show you Spider-Man 292 times.
This guy did it willingly. I can't imagine if this record gets attempted again by the guy who watched.
I hope this turns into like King of Kong. You remember that? The Donkey Kong guys?
No.
These guys, there's a documentary about it. These guys went back and forth. They're both psychopaths, and they went back and forth with the Donkey Kong record like 10 times. And they were sick people. I think, Peter Dinklage in that video game movie was based on them.
Okay.
And these people are sick individuals, and they would like sabotage each other and stuff. They cheat. I want to see these two men just go back and forth and waste 4 months of their life at a time.
That guy who watched Camelot is going for it. There's no way he's just letting that go ahead.
So what is it right now? It's April. So this guy's got. We'll be talking about this again in August. Let's see if this record's still standing.
We should have a tracker on this. Yeah. So if anybody's coming close,
what's he at? He's at 8. Come on, buddy.
All right, let's keep an eye on this one. But
I want to know, did he have to like talk the theater into keeping it playing for an extra week?
I must have, because
Spider-Man hasn't been in theaters for weeks.
One of the movie theater attendants had to give an interview that he actually saw him doing this and that. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
There's no way this guy did it. He was on his laptop the whole time. He's probably playing Game Boy or something.
Right, he probably just did his. Who knows if he worked, but he probably just did his work there.
I think I could do that. Well, think about that. How many people COVID just like came up with like temporary workspaces?
Right.
This guy probably had no office, so he just went to the movie theater, did all his work while Spider-Man was playing, and called that the record. And if that's the case, he's a cheater, and he shouldn't have the record.
Exactly. Yeah, I think he cheated. No. All right.
Either way, this guy's a psychopath, and I don't want anything to do with him.
We're out with him. So. On a good note, so in Disneyland, they just announced that Mirabelle is now doing meet and greets from Encanto, and there is a rumor that a recent closed attraction might be turning into Encanto.
Yes, I saw this. It's Tarzan's Treehouse in Disneyland, closed down this week for a remodel and The expectation is that it's going to be an Encanto treehouse now.
I'm in. That's one way you get me to go to California.
Yeah, well, so there is the same treehouse in Orlando. It's the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse.
Right.
But that seems like one in Orlando where if that closed, people would lose their shit.
Well, you would think so.
It happens every time. It happens every time, and every time people get over it. But
right, yeah, you got to get over it. They have these like, oh, these great old
traditionalists. Yeah,
but they go one by one.
Yeah. So one thing you got to figure it's got to be based on like Antonio's treehouse from the movie.
Yes.
They just do that.
Yeah.
But you think it seems like they're fast tracking it rather than going like a bigger and better. And they kind of did the same thing with the Frozen, so it kind of makes sense.
Right. Frozen is kind of threw together. Basically,
we need something as quick as possible.
Right.
Something I also had seen was Lin-Manuel Marquez, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He has said he has had a ride in mind for the movie the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the theory as to they've had it in the works for a while. Then once it became the mega hit, they're like, all right, let's fast track this.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right.
They might as well make the money now on it. So
one thing I also heard though that leads me to believe maybe not so fast on this. That area of Disneyland is already apparently a foot traffic nightmare.
Yeah.
So this would only make things worse. So they would have to do something there. So yeah, we'll see what kind of time frame. Disney, they seem pretty slow on rides. That's one thing that doesn't make any sense to me. Is how these take so slow.
Yeah,
I feel like I see buildings go up quicker.
Yeah, especially that new hotel at Disney World. The thing that they instantly came up.
Right. So meanwhile, like that's over at Universal Studios. The Mummy has been closed for refurbishments for 3 months. Ride's already built. How can you refurbish something for 3 months? I feel like me and a team of handy buddies could go in there and fix it in a weekend.
You're done? Yeah.
Yeah. We could have the whole thing painted and spackled and get some new stuff in there and nail it to the wall. What do you got to do? I understand that you have to like test computers and shit, but like that takes you 4 months.
Right. I think they could do overnight this stuff. They get it done right away.
Right.
So there's no rush.
Yeah. No, they probably have like one guy doing it.
Yeah.
He'll be done eventually.
All right. So outside of that, the only other thing which got me excited, I don't think you heard about it, but a trailer for Last Seen Alive.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I've been on a streak of just Gerard Butler movies lately. They're just entertaining. I didn't know anything outside of him since like 300.
Yeah.
Then I watched the Butler marathon, and I was completely in. I was like, these movies are fantastic. Yeah. Popcorn movies, and this is exactly what it is. Same plot line as every single other movie he's ever done. Basically, he's lost his wife, and he goes postal. It's basically
interesting. Okay. You mentioned that there were a lot of these movies, and I was thinking he's almost like Nick Cage light, it seems.
It's exactly what he's coming to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nick Cage is getting his movie that's been getting rave reviews, apparently.
Yeah. So he's turning into it. Just these action, awesome movies.
Yeah.
I'm in on it. This comes out in the summer. So let's see what he can do. It can't be bad. It's just going to be action.
Real badass in these movies, or like?
Oh, big time. Oh, yeah.
Like chopping people's heads off and stuff.
Oh,
now, is he a smooth talker?
Oh, he's a great talker.
All right. I was realizing it came to my attention as I was watching a movie and it was like real badass and a smooth talker. And I was like, Reacher, he's a real smooth talker and a real badass. I'm like, I think that's all I need. It's like somebody to be like real cool and kicking ass at the same time.
I'm telling you, check out some of his newer movies like Law Abiding Citizen. It's just him just destroying people, killing everybody in sight. Just entertaining stuff. So I'm in.
Is this like a thing with age? Because we both seem to be getting to the point where that's all we care about in a movie.
Right. It's full on action, a
killing people, blowing heads up and chopping heads off. And
I think that might be it.
Covering up murders and stuff. And I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah. I think it's exactly what it is.
I don't know where it came because I never cared for this kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden I'm like, that's really all that interests me.
Well, we're gonna have to maybe check it out if we're around when Last Scene Alive comes out. We might have to hit up a theater and go check this one out.
What is
It'd
it?
be
Last scene?
Last Scene Alive.
Last Scene Alive. All right. Not like scene, like the movie scene.
No, it's about his wife just goes disappear and he goes postal and just says, "Screw the cops, I'm doing it myself."
That sounds pretty badass.
It's awesome.
Kind of sounds like Taken.
I mean, just in the trailer alone, you see people getting blown up and him just destroying cars and killing everybody that crosses his path. Seems great.
All right. I might have to check that out.
All right. And last quick thing, we're not even going to talk about it, just part of trivia. So CNN Plus is dead. It lasted less than a month. So good for them. They tried.
Hopefully,
they gave it their best go.
Hopefully they're canceling streaming services and Peacock is next.
That's right. We got CNN dying. We got
Netflix losing 25 million users.
Yeah.
About to lose. I don't know how they say. So they expect to lose They lost 25 million this quarter, but they expect to lose 200 million in the next month. So where is that number coming from?
Yeah, I think they're just throwing numbers out.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't they just say, "Hey, we're not going to do this extra surcharge for multiple accounts"? Because it seems like that's what got people a little flustered there.
Yeah.
So
well, I forgot to. I didn't pay it, and I didn't care to pay it. Then I wanted to watch this Russian doll, so I paid it.
Yeah.
But I was gone until this Russian doll came out. I was like,
okay, you're back in.
Back in, but I had canceled mine. You get an email every month saying, "Hey, we're raising it $1 this month."
Yeah.
I went from like $13 to $20. It felt like in the course of 2 months.
Right.
$20. There's crap on there for $20.
You know what I have to cancel is friggin' Hulu. Every single time I get that charge for $11.99 every month, like, why?
Well, Hulu went out.
I don't know the last time I've ever watched Hulu.
Apparently, Hulu went out today, and people lost their goddamn minds. Had no idea what to do. And the Disney stock dropped a couple points because of that, among other things.
What happened to Hulu?
It just went out for a couple hours today.
Oh.
People were losing it, I guess.
Yeah, because the Kardashians are on it. It's the only thing they promote on Hulu now. It's just the Kardashians. So why am I paying?
Seems like it. Yeah.
Anyway, I might cancel Hulu. That might be my streaming service that I just want to cut through.
It's on the chopping block.
Done. Yeah. All right. So, Sheba, let you get to the quick beer of the week. I'm going to run to the quick bathroom so you can get that ready, and we're good to go.
All right. All right, so this week's beer of the week, it's nothing really exciting. It's just new. I saw it at the store. New pack of White Claw. It said new flavor. I wasn't sure if it was actually a new flavor, just one I hadn't tried, or they all blend together, so I've had it before. But confirmed with Dan, apparently it is a new flavor. It is passion fruit. I don't really know what passion fruit tastes like. I don't know if I like passion fruit. Don't know if I don't like passion fruit, but let's give it a whirl. So this came in pack number 2 of White Claw. I think it's replacing lemon lime or something like that. But yeah, you can get it in pack number 2, passion fruit. Here we go. All right, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. I like that. It's White Claw, so you can't go wrong. I've been working on this pack. I've had a watermelon, a lemon, and an orange so far. And this passion fruit is by far the best of the bunch.
The passion fruit is pretty good. That's a sneaky ad for the White Claw.
Real sneaky ad. You think they'd like promote it or something, but I think they kind of just snuck it in there. No, I just said nobody. I don't think anybody knows what passion fruit is. I don't think anybody's like clamoring for passion fruit, but this tastes like one of those ones where if you grab it, you'll be pretty happy if that's the one you grab out of the cooler.
Yeah, I think they're doing good because it's going to be a lot of work for them to make another completely mixed pack. Like I think they're at number 3 now, so they do it, or number 4, so they do another one. I like how they're just kind of making the packs they already have a little bit better. Well,
they've also added to they haven't done the full-blown promotion of them yet, but I've seen it starting to pick up. It's like the sideline. They're not calling them seltzers, they're calling them sparkling waters.
Yeah.
and those have some unique flavors. So
Okay.
I've been meaning to try those, but the sparkling water, I don't know if it scares me. It sounds like
Wait, that's the one that's called like surf something.
it's called
Oh,
like
I've
surf
had 'em.
top. Yeah.
Ugh, I'm out on those.
Yeah, they didn't sound too good.
Yeah,
So.
no, they don't have the same. No, they're not carbonated like the ones that the regular White Claws.
Yeah,
It's
it
just a
seems
weird,
pretty.
weird-
It seems pretty alcoholic-y to me.
Yeah, you're right. I had those the other day. Wasn't a big fan.
All right, good. So you save me the trouble. But
Yeah, don't get them. It's not worth it. So,
passion fruit. This is good. This is a solid 8.0.
okay. All right, the quick beer review because we have a lot to get to here still. So we have a trivia later, but let's get into the RIP first.
Oh my god.
Oh, why is it not playing the right way?
Oh no.
Well,
Dun,
anyway,
dun dun dun.
the lost Liz Sheridan, which I cannot
Wow.
believe.
We
this
have back to
was
back.
recorded more.
What? But we have back to back.
Back to back Seinfeld stars gone.
Wow, that is crazy. I thought you were kidding at first.
No, I don't know
What
why
are
they
the
didn't
odds?
like it was supposed to, but yeah, RIP is Liz Sheridan, Jerry's mom from Seinfeld.
What are the odds? Back
What
to
are
back
the
with Estelle Harris?
Yeah. I
That's
saw that it was
crazy.
all over. I was like, wait a minute, another Seinfeld death?
Man, I honestly thought you were kidding. I thought you were like, we're gonna just go down the list.
No.
So Jerry's dad, is he the last man standing, or was he the first to go? Long time ago.
That's a good question. I was thinking about that because I was watching clips with her in it after she passed because I was shocked by it. Then I started seeing like his dad and who was the uncle?
Uncle Leo.
Is he dead? He's got to be dead.
So he was in a movie not that long ago.
So I'm looking at all
I
these other
think-
guys. Like, they got to be
I-
going next.
I want to say he was in like a commercial or a movie not that long ago. And he was like really old looking. So I think he either still kicking or he slipped under the radar.
Yeah, we gotta look this up because Liz Sheridan was 93.
Right. Yeah. And Jerry
So-
Stiller was in his 90s too.
Yeah,
So, well, you got to figure that Seinfeld was 30 years ago.
true.
And
that was
they
shocking.
were pretty old then. So,
Ugh. Yeah, we lost another great one. She was amazing in Seinfeld.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So the typical
Man.
mom.
I can't believe that. Back to back. That's wild. She
Yeah,
heard
she-
the news. Maybe she heard the news and was like, I'm the last one standing.
She's gone. I don't want to put another Seinfeld person on next week. I can't do it.
No, the soup Nazi. You better watch out.
Oh, God, yeah. They're all going to drop one by one. You're right. We're at that timetable. They're all going to be in their late 80s or mid 80s by now. The older people, at least.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. 30 years ago.
Yeah.
That means they were only in their 60s. They didn't look too good for 60s.
No, not at all.
Man, it was different times in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Well.
Jennifer Aniston's like 60. You're telling me she could be Jerry Seinfeld's mom?
It's true. Very different.
Yeah, it's weird.
Ugh.
Weird times.
R.I.P. Liz Sheridan. So let's get into Drunken Asshole of the Week. We have a few. It's been quite the week.
This is gonna be a long episode, it looks like.
Drunken Asshole, story of the week.
Just gonna have to fly through these.
All right. So this is a segment that a lot of times we don't even do, but we have 3 of them.
Wow, busy week.
So let's get into the first one, which happened a couple weeks ago. So a kindergartner brought in I think it was a Jose Cuervo ready to drink margarita mix or margarita that kids apparently poured into their cups and drank. So he was basically the bartender of the kindergarten class.
And judging from the story, seemed to know what he was doing too. Kind of horrifying. Or he or she. I'm not specifying, but
Yeah, so apparently this person knew exactly where to get this premix and told the kid, from what I read, basically passed the drink around. So he must have known.
told the teacher we're drinking liquor. And the teacher was like, get out of here. One of the kids.
Yeah, they had to call poison control. They said.
I'd like to know. So who's the asshole, the kid or the parents?
I mean, it has.
The kid seems like he knows what he was doing.
It has to be the parent. At kindergarten, there's no way. I mean, they don't know anything in kindergarten, so unless he thought like it was something cool.
That's what it sounded like, because it
Parents do it all the time
sounded like they weren't drinking any of it. They were just passing it out.
right.
So
Yeah, very
maybe mom's a bartender. Took your kid to work day. So
could be.
okay.
Those parents must be drinking a lot though if the kid understood that stuff. So
How's this teacher not see that though?
yeah, apparently it was like in the pre-made drink too. It wasn't like it
Right.
wasn't. Yes, obviously we would have seen Jose Cuervo, but apparently
All
they
over
didn't
it.
do that too quick. So-
Maybe it looked like Ecto Cooler.
Could have.
So-
I mean, they make them look very easy to drink, easy on the eyes when it comes to.
and they're
those.
basically made for children, because people like you or I are not drinking that stuff.
Yeah, no.
So-
Those are for the young kids.
Children.
Maybe not kindergarten young, but the young
No,
kids.
but
So, another story that came out was a 50-year-old monk was this one. I was dying to see the picture. Was found.
this was accompanied by pictures.
at the temple in Thailand. I feel like there's many pictures of you doing this exact thing, but naked on top of the temple, passed out with Red Bulls and what seemed to be some sort of very high alcohol substance.
So this was basically Hangover 2 coming to real life.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah. in Thailand. So it makes sense. Yeah.
So
100%.
these guys can drink apparently.
I don't think they can. I thought that was against the rules not to be intoxicated. I thought that was like part of the rules as being a monk.
So he didn't just break the rules; he shattered them.
Shattered them. He apparently it was after some sort of like monk event or party or something.
Monk party.
It was like a
Now-
celebration.
I would like to know if he was if he was one of the monks that can't talk.
Well, it seems like he talked after from the article. He said that he didn't think he did anything wrong, and he did admit to drinking too much.
If I was taking a vow of silence, I'm not having any alcohol.
No,
I wouldn't last 10 minutes.
no, there's no way you would. No chance. You
That
have
vow would be
experience
broken.
passing out in random places, though.
I have, yeah, and with no pants on too.
Exactly. So you know exactly what this guy was thinking when the people found him just hanging out naked.
I saw the picture, and it looked like he might have had a shirt on. So he
Well, no,
might have been-
he had his robe on, but the robe
Yeah.
was like up to his belly button. So
so he was Winnie the Pooh in it.
he was Winnie the Pooh. He was definitely. Yeah. Apparently monks don't wear underwear.
Yeah, well, why would you under that thing?
No, I wouldn't either. But I'm just saying. I mean, events like that, I guess. So good for him.
Yeah.
And the
I
last.
wonder how's that work. So he's no longer a monk, or like, are you kicked out, or like, are you still a monk but you're not officially a monk? Or
I feel like there has to be like some sort of vote.
he can start growing his hair back.
Either some sort of vote or some sort of punishment, or he's just kicked out. I don't know. I don't know how that works in the monkhood.
Yeah,
Either way, you get a good night.
should become a bartender or something after this. That's what
He
it seems
should.
like. Yeah.
He
Over in
probably
Thailand, work at the beach, tell stories about that time you got kicked out of the monkhood.
by passing out of your own temple. Oh boy. Well, good for him. He had a good night. Maybe he realized it's like, okay, this was fun. Maybe I'll
What
go
did
do this.
What did he think would happen when he got back to the temple? Like, that's when
Yeah.
it's like, probably just stay wherever you were.
Right.
But
He must have just thought but they said he was surrounded by empty cans of Red
he's
Bull.
surrounded. Yeah. So,
So he was
maybe there's-
pounding Red Bulls and then drinking the alcohol, and his body just said no more. This
maybe
gave
this
up.
guy maybe he wanted to get caught. This seems like a I wanted to get caught type situation.
Right.
Because I'll show them. Wake up, balls hanging out.
Oh God. Disturbing picture too.
Probably they matched his head. Nice little shiny ball.
Oh God. So our last thing there is on a flight, Mike Tyson apparently started beating the crap out of the guy behind him. I didn't watch the video. I saw it, but I didn't listen to it. And obviously I could just kind of read between the lines that this guy was a piece of crap.
Yeah, I did
had enough.
exact same thing. But man, this guy survived. I don't think he's going to stop doing this anytime soon.
No.
If
No.
you survive taunting Mike Tyson and getting your face pummeled in, you're gonna be yelling at any idiot you see in a bar from here on out.
Right, you're not afraid of anything anymore.
No, this guy has no more fear. So he's in big trouble. This guy's gonna probably be featured on the RIP within the next 2 months.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. So
it seems like Mike is like kind of skating out of this.
From what I read, so
like it sounds like this guy had it coming, and everybody's like, "Yep, he had it coming."
Everybody was behind Mike Tyson in this one. So obviously, whatever he was saying or yelling,
it had to be bad.
Had to be bad, yeah.
Because apparently Mike like had a gun pulled on him last week, and he talked the guy down and gave him a hug.
Right.
This guy got his face pummeled in, so must have been real bad.
But anyway, I think it's on his side, and
he was on Joe Rogan this past week. He sounded like he was in an okay place. So.
Yeah, this guy pushed him over the edge.
Yeah, pushed him over the edge.
All right, so let's get to Stump the Shoe, but I also have a shoe challenge that shouldn't take too long. I'm going to time you, but let's get into Stump the Shoe. All right. So, Schubert, we did this today with a kid who thinks he's like a Marvel genius when I was training.
Oh, okay.
And so I think I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to time you.
Was it the guy who's seen Spider-Man 292 times?
He could probably only name the Spider-Man stuff, so no.
Okay.
But yeah, this kid knows, like, he's like an encyclopedia of all superhero stuff. So what we did is we went down the alphabet, and he had to name a superhero for each letter and see how long it took him to do. So I want to see how long it takes you to do, but you can't answer until I say the letter. So I'll say A, answer, B, answer, C, answer. You can't just start writing them down.
Okay.
All
Can
right.
I say like a villain or
any whatever superhero villain, anybody in like the DC Marvel universe or whatever.
And how do I lose?
You don't lose. It's just time.
What if I go faster than you?
No, you're not going against me. You're going against the kid. I don't want to see how fast you can do it.
But if I say it like instantly, then there's no time.
No, I start the time. Yeah, but I'm just going to say, as soon as you give me an A, I go say B right away. By the time we get to Z, we'll see the total time.
Okay. I
You ready for this?
Yeah.
The shoe challenge.
How do you correct? Can I just say anything and like you have to be the honor system?
Well, if there's one that at the end, if there's any of them that don't make any sense, I'll call you out at the end. That I didn't do it. I'm like, okay, is this a real person?
Is there a Z?
I don't know. Is there a Z?
I don't know. I'll have to think about it, but
I was gonna ask you
it has to be. Zebra man.
There you go. Oh, all right. You ready?
Yeah.
And go. A.
Apocalypse.
B.
Banshee.
C.
Cyclops.
D.
Deadpool.
E.
Elektra.
F.
Forge.
G.
Giant Man.
H.
Hank Pym.
I.
Iceman.
J.
Jubilee.
K.
K is a tough one. Katana.
L.
I can't think of an L either.
Oh, you idiot. It's a series.
There is. Long shot.
M.
Mr. Fantastic.
N.
What? N?
N.
Nightman.
Oh.
Owlman.
P.
Plastic Man.
What? Q.
Quasar.
R
Rogue.
S
Storm.
T.
Tripod. No. Tony Stark.
U.
Underwater Man. No. I don't know. You're urologist, man. you're
X. My God.
X-Men.
Y.
Young Avenger, not youngling.
Z.
I didn't get a Z. Zorn. Yeah, Zorn was it.
All right. 2 minutes and 29 seconds. I don't know about some of those. How do you not pick Loki, first of all, for L?
I'm telling you, my brain doesn't work on the spot.
How does Thor not go with T? Everything. It was hard to listen to on those.
I'm telling you, that's
I
not.
don't think you mentioned a single Avenger in that
I don't
entire
think I
list.
did. I did Tony
Not one.
Stark.
We did Tony Stark.
I had X-Men on the brain.
I've never seen anything like it. Like, I don't think you named any of the big, not a single big, no Hulk, no Spider-Man, nothing.
I'm
No
telling you,
Batman, Superman, nothing was done.
my brain doesn't work on the spot. Like if there's a lightning round, I'm garbage. I need like stump the shoe. I need to the way the gears need to twist.
Wow, I figured you were gonna cruise through that like no other, but that was a struggle.
I'm telling you, I knew that going in. My brain doesn't work lightning round. I need the gears. The gears need a minute to spin.
I'm trying to think of the biggest superhero you named in that entire thing.
Tony Stark.
But even that, a normal person would have just said Iron Man. Like,
I'm pretty sure a few of mine didn't exist.
yeah, a lot of them. I couldn't even. I was figured I'd call you out on one or two, but there were so many that I lost track of keeping in my brain.
Well, no, most of them were real.
But man,
I'd say
I
maybe
can't believe
three.
we named one big named character.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. This is
L
just
was killing me when you couldn't think of an L, and I was thinking, Loki, you idiot.
this is just a glimpse into how my beautiful mind works.
Yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. All right, let's get on to a regular thinking stuff to shoot.
Where I have some time to let the gears turn.
Yeah, that one was painful.
So you're saying I didn't win?
No, you lost in that one. Yeah, you lost by about 22 seconds.
Well,
and he had more normal answers than that. Like he did say some weird ones, like he said Ultron. Like he did stuff like that. But
that would have been a good one. It's better than urologist, man.
urologist. Yeah, those are some interesting ones. So, all right, so let's get into Stump the Shoe. Question number 1: what candy falls into Elaine's boyfriend Roy's open abdominal cavity during surgery?
That's an easy one. It's a junior mint.
Correct. I figured
See,
you
the gears can twist.
So you answered that quicker than me saying a superhero with a T.
Yep.
Question number 2.
I don't think I'd be good. I'm not good at word games.
No, apparently not.
Like Wordle, I'd be terrible at Wordle.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
your
not one of
mind
those
is to
idiots.
get on like one single thing, like yellow.
I have a one-track mind. Yeah, that's what I had to. That's why I say like. That's why I didn't think Thor. T. I'm thinking like T. I wasn't thinking th.
But it's amazing to me that not one. You didn't name one character that has a movie out.
I don't think so.
So you overthink everything then.
Probably. It's probably got something to do with it.
Because what did you say for A? It wasn't Aquaman, like a normal person would say.
Apocalypse.
Exactly.
Well, fun fact. I bet you didn't know this. It's probably where my brain was.
What's that?
Apocalypse is Mike Tyson's favorite comic book person.
Oh, okay.
He has a tattoo of Apocalypse. So,
Interesting. Okay, so
so
your mind
see?
was going there.
My mind was in the right place.
Yeah, okay. Fair
That's how
enough.
the beautiful mind works.
Question number 2. In Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3,
I just skipped this one.
where does the opening scene take place?
I don't know, Germany?
The Modern Warfare?
I don't know. How the hell do I know?
It's not a war. It's a modern warfare.
Okay, so maybe they're fighting Germans. I don't know. All right, Iraq?
No, it's in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, the Modern Warfare game. Have you even played any Modern Warfare games?
I haven't played since World War II.
Okay. Well, the Modern Warfare ones are usually always based like in a major city, U.S. city, like going against war against somebody coming to them.
Well, that doesn't make much sense.
Well, that's why it became Modern Warfare. It's modern.
Why don't we go to like Ukraine or something?
Because it's supposed to be like
Shoot
us
some
doing
Russians.
it.
That doesn't make too much sense to me.
All right, so you lose that one. This should be a simple one for you. What animal pulled Thor's chariot?
I pulled Thor's chariot.
Also in the trailer.
He had a chariot?
Yeah.
I don't know. Was it like the Pegasus?
No.
Like a winged horse? No. Like, so he had an animal.
He did. 2 animals.
2
The
animals.
same animal.
And they were from Asgard?
They have names, apparently. I learned this all today.
Are they stags?
They're not stags.
I don't know.
They're goats.
Eat a goat?
2 goats.
Okay. Like a go-goat?
One of them's like called a teeth eater, and I think the other one's called a something else eater.
I could have used that for tea.
Yeah. But apparently it's in the trailer too when he flies away from New Asgard and he's in the chariot. He's got
Now,
2
where did these things come from?
apparently the comic books. That's
No,
what
but I mean, like in the movie, like, are they just regular goats that they made magical?
they must have.
I mean, Asgard got destroyed. I don't think they found these goats hanging around Earth.
Yeah,
That can
no.
fly.
Found some new goats.
So, I'd like to check on that. We'll figure it out. But
The cool thing on the because I saw this also when they showed the picture of the chariot flying away in the trailer. There's a big neon sign on the trailer that says "Drinks and Dreams," apparently, which is the same. It was the same exact logo from that '80s film with Tom Cruise.
Top Gun,
Not Top Gun.
cocktail.
Cocktail. That's what it is.
Top Gun. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it said Cocktails and Dreams. I think maybe it said Cocktails and Dreams, but whatever it said was the exact same sign that was in Cocktails. So they're doing a lot of these references in this.
All right. Cool. Very cool.
Interesting. All right. So question number 4. Which character bullied Peter Parker in high school?
Flash Thompson.
That's correct.
Yeah. There we go. I want to be that movie guy's Flash Thompson. Give him a swirly or something and say, "Get a life."
Yeah, the swirlies will never happen again. They should. I mean, they're in good fun.
You'd have to decide what bathroom to do the swirly in now. Jesus.
That's true. All right. On that note, number 5, in Encanto,
Oh, no.
how old are the magical children when they receive their gifts?
Beautifully magical. Da, da, da. Is it in there? Is it in the song?
It should be the song.
Yes.
I can never get the song.
I want it. So I know it. I want to say it's 6 or 8, but they look closer to 6. But it's a cartoon. I'm gonna go 6.
Very close. It's 5.
Oh, what the hell?
I would have guessed if I didn't see that, I would have guessed between 4 and 6. It's by the way Antonio was, the super shy, didn't really talk.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was an even number, but yeah, I'm going to guess what they'll say.
All right, take your sip. Last question. Where is a CNN center located?
Atlanta?
Correct.
Hey,
I didn't know that. I would have never guessed that either until I saw that. I figured all those centers were like in New York.
I had a good idea why I knew why, but I don't want to get too political.
Fair enough. I did not know that one. So, all right. Well, that's Stump the Shoe. You did pretty well. So, what did you
Not
get?
too-
You got?
I only got 2.
Oh, you only got 2.
Did better
You're
than
close
the
to Encanto.
better than the alphabet game.
I thought you were going to get the Goats one for sure because apparently that was all in the comics. Apparently, from what I read.
I don't remember that, but I was
Goats.
never a
I
big
would-
Thor
I would
guy.
guess that once I saw that for today. But all right, so let's get what's on tap for the weekend. Already at Jesus, an hour and 15 minutes.
Ready?
All right, Schubert, what's going on this weekend?
Not a whole lot, but I got to do quite a bit of work so I can get my ass out of this barren wasteland and down to Florida.
I don't blame you. Get out of there.
So trying to get the work wrapped up. I'm going to try to go to the Celtics game with Saturday night.
Oh, that's right. How far are you from Brooklyn?
Well, I booked a hotel in Manhattan. Brooklyn was sold out, but I've got a place in Manhattan, so not too far away.
Okay. Now, is it 5-game series or 7?
It's a 7.
It is. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know how
it's a 7.
basketball worked.
So, game 3 feels like a game they're probably going to lose due to the refs. So,
Yeah, they're gonna make it even.
probably won't be a great game, but we'll probably have fun. Maybe go see some of my homies in Brooklyn. Yeah, take it from there. Probably watch a fair amount of wrestling this weekend. A lot of good stuff going on.
All
Yeah, other than that, nothing too exciting.
right, fair enough. Well, it's more exciting than me. I have to go to 2 children's birthday parties by myself with the kids.
That sounds like fun.
My wife's going to be working, so I'm going
See,
to.
what you should do is bring some Jose Cuervo.
I think I should because they gave an open invitation on Saturday's party. It's at their house, and they're doing bouncy house and all that crap, but it says BYOB. So in my mind,
There you go.
bring my own little cooler,
Well, you got to bring some for the kids.
bring some for the kids, and I'll have a great time. Next day, not so much. I have to go to a stupid trampoline park. There's only so much you can do with those things.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That would be
dad there.
That would be a move, showing up as like the only. Well, you say single dad, like your wife's dead or something. But
Well, I mean, I'll be the only dad there. The only mother.
you just get hammered.
I might have to.
Yeah.
Take an Uber home with the child. So I'm not looking for it. But same thing. I'm going to be watching wrestling. A lot of good stuff. We got 4 shows, 4 pay-per-view shows that we'll be watching, not including stuff on cable. So that'll keep me busy at night.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be a good weekend for sure. But all right, nerds. So I know it's a long one as always. Seems every single time there's less stuff, we go longer.
We go longer. I blame that asshole, the Spider-Man asshole.
Yeah, Spider-Man got you going. That one really got you going.
That man, I'm gonna bring him. I feel like he's gonna be like an ongoing theme. I'm gonna bring him up from time to time. I think this dickhead is my nemesis.
He's already plotting if somebody takes him out. He's already probably thinking of the next movie. He's probably going to do it with Thor or something.
I guarantee he's already thinking. He's like, well, so the earliest he's going to do it is August.
Yeah.
So the Black Panther, I think, is the time frame.
Okay. He's obviously a Marvel person, so he's going straight for Marvel stuff.
So Black Panther is his next. That's probably his next target.
One thing that you have to think that he watched Spider-Man 292 times and Avengers 191 times.
Yeah.
Do you think he watches Marvel just constantly in his house as well?
He's got to. Well, I mean, I would hate Marvel. I think if I saw Avengers 100.
But why would his second choice be another Marvel film?
Also, you got to wonder too. So, like, clearly, he blocked out like 4 months to do this.
Right.
It's not like he saw Spider-Man and was like, "Oh, I'm going to watch this 292 times in a row." What if he went and it sucked? Then he's like, "I just wasted my next 4 months."
Right, screwed. And is there a limit? I didn't read this, but couldn't you just do this like with Encanto, which is like 93 minutes compared to doing a 3-hour movie?
I think it's time. That's why.
Oh, it's time.
Yeah.
So how does that work then?
I think it breaks down to time. So like I think the next guy could watch like 200 times if it's a longer movie.
Oh, so it's time and the amount because he had a okay, so time and the what if the guy watched a longer movie and only watched it 290 times, so less times but more time put in?
I think he's got the record then.
Okay, so it's time with the same movie.
I think so.
Jesus.
But I'm telling you, what if the movie stunk? Hey, work, I'm not gonna be in for the next 4 months. I'm gonna be watching Spider-Man. Then he watches it the first time and the movie stinks. Does he follow through or does he go back to work? And it's like, yeah, well, the movie wasn't that good.
I guess he's just committed. I mean, somebody with his type of brain, I think he's just committed no matter how bad it is.
We might need to break and do a whole special podcast on this.
Oh my god.
We might need to dig deeper and be like you know how they do like the true crime podcast where they dig in and they find out this guy's backstory, why he's so fucked up. We're gonna do
He's
that.
obviously got nothing better to do. Why don't we reach out to him?
Maybe we can have him on the pod
and explain himself. Well, I think that might be the best idea. Obviously, he's a lot of time on his hands.
I say hop on the Twitter. Hop on the Twitter right now and get the wheels and get the.
We
wheels
need to find this guy's name.
Hopefully, he doesn't watch this episode where I've called him a psychopath for the better part of the last hour and a half.
We won't bring that part up, but we'll just say we want to talk to you about your experience of watching this.
Jesus Christ!
Okay,
I don't know.
I'll see what I can do.
Your home videos might be his next movies. He's hacking into your computer and watching your videos. Jesus,
sick man.
Sick man. Anyway, all right, that's it.
All right,
nerds.
So follow us on the Drunken Nerds.
I'm gonna have a bigger smile on my face next week. I'll be back in sunny Florida. We might need to continue talking about this guy.
Okay, well, I'll reach out to him. Until then, we will see you next week. Follow us to the Drunken Nerds on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, whatever. Till next time.
Stay thirsty, nerds.